everyone and welcome to Rajput Jain and Associates. Today in this video we'll be discussing about winding up of a company. So what is the meaning of winding up? Winding up is a process involving liquidation of company's assets which are collected and sold so as to pay the debts incurred. Under the winding up process, firstly, the debts, expenses and liquidation costs are paid, and in case any amount remains, the same is to be distributed among the shareholders of the company. Now, having discussed about the meaning of winding up, we now come to different ways of winding up of a company. So, there are two different ways for winding up of a company. These are voluntary winding up, compulsory winding up. Now, starting with voluntary winding up. Voluntary winding up, the winding up of corporate entity is done voluntarily by members of the corporate. So, for voluntary winding up, the board of directors is required to pass a resolution for approving the winding up of the company. Then the company in their general meeting shall pass a special resolution approving the voluntary winding up of the company. Next we come to the procedure for voluntary winding up. So, first of all the directors of the company are required to make a declaration of solvency in form of an affidavit confirming that the company has not committed any default of repayment of debt, and the company is solvent and it will be able to pay its debts in full from the proceeds of assets to be sold in voluntary liquidation, and the company is not being liquidated to defraud any person. Notices be issued in writing to call for a general meeting of the corporate proposing the resolution with an appropriate explanatory statement. After this, they need to pass a resolution for winding up of the corporate in the general meeting of the shareholders. So, the winding up of the company shall commence from the date of passing of necessary resolution. After that, meeting of creditors should be conducted on the same day or the following day of passing of resolution regarding the winding up. In case 2/3 value of the creditors are of the opinion that it's in the interest of all the parties to wind up the company, then the corporate can wind up voluntarily. A notice in respect of appointment of liquidator shall be filed with the registrar within 10 days from the date of passing of the resolution for company winding up. Also, within 30 days from the day of the final meeting for the winding up, the certified copies of the resolution passed for the winding up of the corporate shall be submitted with the registrar of companies. The affairs of the corporate will be finally ended up and the liquidator will prepare the liquidator's account of the winding up and get the same audited. After this, an ultimate general meeting shall be called for passing of special resolution for the disposal of books and also the paper of the corporate. Within fortnight of general meeting, a duplicate of the accounts and file be filed, and an application should be submitted to the tribunal for passing an order for the dissolution of the corporate. The tribunal shall pass an order dissolving the corporate within 60 days of receiving the application. After this, the company liquidator is required to file a duplicate of the order of tribunal with the registrar of companies. Lastly, the registrar will then publish a notice within the official gazette about the dissolution of the company. Next type of winding up is compulsory winding up. Under compulsory winding up, tribunal orders for winding up of companies. So, tribunal can wind up in case there are unpaid debts of the company, or where a special resolution is passed by the shareholders for the winding up. Also, any unlawful act by the organization or the management of the corporate can also lead to winding up of the company. Also, if the corporate is involved in fraudulent act or misconduct, or the company has defaulted in filing the annual returns or financial statements for 5 consecutive years with the ROC, then tribunal may wind up the company. Lastly, the tribunal may also order if it is of the view that the corporate should wind up. Next we come to the procedure for compulsory winding up. For this, a petition is required to be filed to the tribunal along with statement of affairs of the company that is to be winded up. After submission of application, the tribunal will either accept or reject the petition. In case any clarification is required from the company, the same be clarified by the authorized person of the said company. Next, a liquidator has to be appointed by the tribunal for the winding up process. The liquidator provides assistance and monitoring of liquidation proceedings. Thus, we can say that the liquidator is meant to arrange a draft report for approval. When the draft report gets approved, the liquidator shall submit the ultimate report to the tribunal for passing of winding up order. Apart from this, the liquidator shall forward a duplicate copy of draft report to ROC within 30 days. If ROC finds the draft satisfactory, he then approves the winding up of the corporate, and also the name of the corporate gets struck off from the registrar of companies. Lastly, the ROC will send notice for publication within the official Gazette of India. Now, a lot of people think that winding up and dissolution are same thing, but they are not same thing. So next we'll discuss about the difference between winding up and dissolution. Winding up is one of the methods by which dissolution of a company takes place, whereas dissolution is the end result of winding up. Next, legal entity of the company continue at the commencement of winding up, whereas dissolution brings about an end to the legal entity of the company. Lastly, a company may be allowed to continue its business after winding up of the company. This was all about winding up of a company. For any other query regarding winding up of a company, contact Rajput Jain & Associates. Thank you.